Shalom. Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Racha Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, as well as you sincere Akim and Akwath out there, diligently laboring in this truth, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth. And once again, y'all know what time it is, back again with another lesson of the freight train of prophecy. Okay? And as y'all already know, there's so much going on in the news, there's so much going on in the earth in general that it's like just the few articles I have pulled up here is nothing compared to what I could go into. Like if I was to go into a full episode dealing with everything I can get my hands on to report on, it'd easily be like a 6-hour video, seriously. But I just have a few major articles that stood out to me here that I want to get into, I want to touch on, get into some scriptures with it as well. But hey, prophecy is lit right now. Prophecy is definitely lit right now. It's a lot going on, and you can't keep up with it all. You know what I'm saying? Like from day to day, if it's not a school shooting, or if it's not inflation, or you know somebody getting into a crazy act, you know what I'm saying, accident or something, it's just so much going on. So that's why we got to do these videos like this, on a regular basis now, because you can't cover it all in just one day. Like I mentioned in my last video, real soon you're gonna see brothers start doing news and prophecy like every day. I mean, really, we already do it, but of course these videos are a bit more lengthy. These videos might be an hour, hour and a half in some cases, but we try to keep it to reasonable minimum, because we know Jake got a short attention span. Jake don't like to watch nothing for too long unless it's something that's like a exciting, which prophecy should be exciting to you. Prophecy, to see the word come alive, it should be exciting to you. But that's just how our people are. Our people have a very short attention span. So this first article I got here, the title is "Workers Are Quitting After Claiming It's a quote boomer power play to commute into work again." All right, and this goes back to a few months ago when Biden was basically telling Americans that they need to go back to the office, that they're opening up these corporate offices again. So now they need to commute back. And even then, a lot of Americans was like, they really wasn't feeling that, because number one, gas prices is up, and a lot of people, they have to commute, in some cases, a 2-hour round trip to their corporate jobs. So considering gas, and they got families and other expenses to deal with, that's a lot on people's pockets. So a lot of people just wasn't feeling that. And then for like 2 years up until that point, people was working from home because of the CV. So that was convenient for a lot of people. Now that Biden's like, oh yeah, you got to go back to work, that's kind of putting a monkey wrench in a lot of people's operations. So hey, here it is. People are continuing to quit, and we go into it all the time that this place is rapidly deteriorating. All right, Babylon the Great is definitely on a fast downward spiral, and this place is not going to recover. Anyone that still got hope in Babylon the Great, you still think that this place is going to somehow bounce back, you playing yourself. Brothers tell you week in and week out. That's why we update you on these things, because we're trying to show you that there's nothing left in this place to really hold, to really hang your hat on. At this point, your only focus should really be Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And I'm not telling nobody to go out there and quit their job, or cuss out they boss or nothing, but you got to use wisdom. I mean, as long as we here in this land, and things are still okay to where you can make a living for yourself, and it's not nothing over the top, then hey, do what you got to do. You got a family, you got kids, hey, do what you got to do for the meantime. But don't put no real lasting hope into this place, because it's nothing there. It's nothing here to hope for. Like I said, brothers come week in and week out and show you that, yo, this place is through. We show you with the scriptures that this place is done. So if you hoping in America to somehow bounce back, that you can somehow still have that American dream, hey, I'm here to tell you that American dream is now turned into a nightmare, straight up. And we gonna give it to you raw and uncut. We can't give it to you no other way, because this is the reality. This is what it is now. You know, and you should have been realized that since the CV came. Since the CV came, it's like a whole different world now. You know, and that's why even a lot of these Edomites, a lot of these other nations now, they're starting to realize, like, yo, it's not really profitable to be working these jobs, because everything around you is going up to the point where now you have to damn near have 2, 3 jobs in order to live comfortably. And a lot of people, it's just too much stress. It's just too much, uh, it's not reasonable for them to do that. So people just say, yo, F it, and just quit, and find another way. But this is the reality of what's happening in America, and this will continue to happen. So going into the article, it says, during the height of the health crisis, when people who weren't used to working from home suddenly had to create makeshift offices in their spare space, they were a bit taken aback by how to make it work. For those with small apartments, it was hard to find the space, but eventually, as the year went on, people got used to the arrangement. Okay, going on, it says, and certain elements were much easier. For example, working from home meant no commute. And for those who normally commuted into big cities for work, that shaved off significant commute time per day. Like I noted before, some people, if you're working in them big corporate positions, a lot of people that have money like that, they don't live in the city. They prefer to live outside of the city, to where they can have more land, it's more peace and quiet. It's kind of like a getaway for them. So for some people, they have to take long commutes every day to get back and forth from work to home. Some people an hour, some people maybe half an hour, but still, either way, with the price of everything going up, especially gas, that price and not having that peace of mind is not enough of a motivating factor for people to want to go back to work. And then when you do go to work, you got to deal with all kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to work. You got to deal with mental stress. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with demons. People having off spirits on them all day, man. Like who really wants to be around that? That's why people would prefer to work from home, to where you can have you can work in your own space, have your own peace of mind. You ain't got nobody barking in your ear. You ain't got to deal with nobody else's BS. It's just you, and you can work at your own pace. But now, because Biden has pretty much put it out there that, yo, y'all got to go back to work. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to go back and fill these corporate offices back up. People saying, yo, F that. We ain't going back to no corporate office. If we can't work from home, then screw you. You know what I'm saying? And that goes in the second Ezra, the 16th chapter, where it says that they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Okay? Because it's really gotten to the point now where people don't believe in the government no more. People don't trust in what Biden or any other government official has to say, because they're not answering people's problems. They're not really alleviating people's needs. So when you don't trust somebody, you're not going to listen to them, because it's like you don't trust their judgment. You don't trust that what they're telling you is the best way for you to go. Understand? So now it says there are other benefits aside from not wasting time and money on a commute. Many parents had the time to see their children more. Some also cut back on daycare expenses, which, daycare is high as hell right now. Daycare is crazy. And then there's a shortage of daycare personnel. So between the price and then not even, sometimes not even being able to get your kids into daycare. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, it's crazy. So that's a lot of stress on people. You understand? Whereas they can work from home and they can deal with all of that, and mainly they're saving money and they enjoying more time with their family. So now Biden trying to take that away. People not having that. See, so now people just quitting. The outpouring of people who want to stay remote is so great that people are quitting their jobs at a very high and alarming rate. Notice the word alarming here. Okay, so this is shocking. Okay, this is now they're not gonna put the exact numbers out there of people that's quitting their jobs, but just know that the number is very high, higher than what they're putting out there. In fact, it says Inside Edition reports that in April 2021, 4 million people had quit their jobs because their employers no longer offered the same flexibility. Okay, and I forget exactly what they coined that, but I believe it was something to the effect of the worker revolution or something to that effect. Where now instead of the employer having the upper hand and what they can pay and what they can give you as a benefit, now it's pretty much like the employers now have to bargain with a potential candidate in order to secure that position. Because now people are like, listen, if you can't match up to what I need and what I want, then I'm not going to work for you. And now the world is so much more open in terms of what you can do and how you can make money. A lot of people are making money online. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, if you know what to do, you don't even really have to work a 9 to 5. You can just sit at home and make money online doing something, which is what a lot of people are getting into because some people know of those avenues. But today is just a whole new world. There's so many more ways to make money, to make a living, than just go to work every day at 9 to 5 and have to deal with somebody that you don't even like. You know what I'm saying? People that you don't like just to get a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, times have changed, and especially it's changed in the employee employer relationship. In that whole workspace. But here this scripture here. Let's get this. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Okay, so this is the time that we're in now. All right. The grinders cease because they are few, which when you go into that word grinders in the Hebrew, it basically means a worker or a laborer, right? Cease. Why? Because people quitting. People not staying where they was at before because they not happy. They don't like the situation that they're in. So they just leaving. Okay, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. So it's to the point now where things ain't looking too good for Babylon the Great America. The future for this place is uncertain for a lot of people. Okay, because the morale of the people is gone. All right, people don't have that same enthusiasm to get into work and to put their best foot forward. Now people are more so thinking about themselves. People more so thinking about themselves now. Which you can't blame people because it's like, yo, these employers don't give a damn about you. You know what I'm saying? They just want to use your skills, use your body. You're pretty much expendable. Whenever they done using you, or you don't, comply with what they want you to do, then they gonna get you out of there. So now a lot of people is just like, yo, to hell with it. You know, I'm tired of being, looked down on. I'm tired of not receiving the kind of pay that I deserve. So people just quit and don't come back. Ecclesiastes 12 verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay, so basically what this verse is talking about is there's going to come a time, which is shortly approaching, in which the doors shall be shut in the streets. Okay, which means that, listen, all these businesses that you see out here, all these mom and pop shops, all these clubs and whatsoever going on, the doors are going to be shut. the doors are going to be shut. Why is that? Because the grinders cease. They are few. There's not going to be nobody out there working in these spots to keep these places up. You, in order to have businesses running, you need to have employees. You have to have people that have an enthusiastic attitude to go to work in the morning. Understand? But hey, the time is coming, and really it's already here, where the doors shall be shut in the streets. All that commotion, all that, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay, all these clubs, all this nightlife, that's gonna come to a halt. Okay, when the grinding is low, when the working is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, rise up early in the morning, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. Okay, so this is exactly the times that we're in now. All right, people just don't care no more. It's not a necessity to want to get up and you feel like you actually working towards something by going to work. Like the whole CV pandemic changed a lot of people's minds on what, on their attitude towards work. Because when CV popped off, the world was shut down for majority of that year. You know what I'm saying? So people were just out of work, and then people had a lot of time to think. It's like, damn, well, people probably went to school for all these years and they finally got their dream job, and when CV came around, all that was brought to a halt. You know what I'm saying? All that was brought to a halt, so people was snapped back to reality during that time. Understand? And now people are still in that same mindset. It's like, listen, the employer isn't what's important. The skills and the expertise that the employee brings to the job, that's really what's valuable, because the employees are what keeps the business running. Understand? So now that people realize this, you know now it's pretty much, middle finger to these jobs. We out. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's see, let's get this USA Today article. Says Walmart, Target foreshadow more consumer stress and trouble ahead for economy and markets. Okay, which, hey, this is this we in that time right now. Okay, and we stay prophesying about this, man, about this global famine that's coming, about these people when this famine does eventually come. Because right now things are still, you can still go to the store and see food and get food at pretty much the normal level that you was used to. But very soon, very, very soon, things about to change, man. Okay, and that's why they tell you in these articles what's about to come. It's talking about their foreshadowing, but really, they already know. There's plenty of news broadcasts out there. There's plenty of articles being made that are basically telling you in a nutshell that a famine is coming. Okay, heavy inflation, hyperinflation is coming. Okay, more consumer stress and trouble ahead for economy. So let's get into it. It says already released earnings warnings from two retail stalwarts and other expected this week offer clues to whether a recession is in the cards, how fast it could come, and what this could mean for the rest of the year, analysts say. So they're talking about a recession, but what's coming is going to be worse than a recession, because when you're in a recession, that's basically meaning that the economy is slow in growth. Okay, that there's not that many jobs out there. There's plenty of jobs out here, but people are just quitting. Okay, people don't want these jobs that's out here. Understand? But in a recession, you have a probability to bounce back, because you're trying to get the economy back up to speed to where it can function at a normal level, to where people are working, to where the price of goods and services are at an affordable price. But what's about to happen real soon is that this whole economy is about to blow up, which is what the elites want. They want the economy to blow up, because they try and bring in that NWO. That's what we keep telling you. That's what it's all about. It's all about that NWO. It's all about that NWO, baby. That's what it breaks down to. All right. So they want this economy to crash. They want people to quit their jobs. They want Babylon to grind to a halt, so they can bring in their solution, which we already know what their solution is, right? So it goes on to say Walmart and Target back to back last week reported lower than expected earnings amid a surprisingly quick shift in consumer spending and higher costs, including transportation and overstaffing. Okay, Walmart's result foreshadow what could be a more challenging backdrop for others, and we see most risk ahead at lower end below 50,000 household income level, said Oliver Chen, a senior equity research analyst at Cowen. Okay, and it says Walmart said consumers facing the highest inflation rate in 40 years suddenly cut back on discretionary spending on things like clothes and patio furniture to afford everyday items like food and other consumables. All right, which is what we've been saying. Okay, the time is going to come where people going, have to make a choice. Yo, like, do I want to put gas in my car, or do I want to put food on my table? That's the times that we in, and it's only going to get worse. Okay, it's only going to get worse. The Most High is breaking this place down from the inside out, man. See? So now let's go ahead and get Revelation 6:6. Okay, because all this inflation, all this uh, economic turmoil that's going on right now, this is prophesied. Okay, Salakia. Revelation 6 chapter. Let's jump down to the 6th verse. Well, let's start at verse 5. And when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, Come and see. And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. So we in the time of the black horse right now. We are in the time of that black horse. Now let's jump to verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see, thou hurt not the oil and the wine. All right. So what they talking about in this article? They're talking about inflation, the highest inflation rate in 40 years. Suddenly cut back on discretionary spending, so people just can't go out and just buy, $200 sneakers, or all this designer and Louis. You know what I'm saying? People can't do that no more, because now they have to actually take into account how much money they're spending, because the economy is not as great as it used to be. Stuff is not affordable no more. Now you actually have to budget yourself, especially if you got a family, especially if you got a big family. And another problem is a lot of people live above their means. You know what I'm saying? You might have a nice income, you got a nice house, you know what I'm saying? Like you driving a Benz, you driving a BMW, you know, driving a Porsche 911 Turbo. You know what I'm saying? But now it's coming to the point where, damn, in that same Porsche 911 Turbo that you love so much, you gotta pump premium gas in that month. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta put premium gas in there. And premium gas is touching $6. You already know that. And if not 6, well above 5. All right? So now to drive that same Porsche 911, you killing your pockets. You see? So now reality is setting in for a lot of people, because you can't have that same quality of life that you had before. Because now stuff is getting to the point where it's unreachable, to now where you have to consider the essential things in life. Now you have to put your wants, Salaki. Now you have to put your needs over your wants. You need food and water. You need a house over your head. You need clothes on your back. All right. You don't need $70,000, $100,000 car. All right. You don't need to live in a $500,000 house with goddamn 10 bedrooms and 5 fully full bathrooms and shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that. And what's happening now was even that a lot of people are starting to downsize on their living arrangements because it's too expensive to afford a certain lifestyle now. Especially, really, I'm gonna just say this: if you're not in the top 1%, if you're not making above $100,000 a year, then yeah, you definitely gotta cut back, okay? Because the way inflation is going, and very soon to hit hyperinflation, you're not gonna be able to afford nothing. You're gonna have to live at a bare minimum. Now let's go back to Revelation 6:6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, a measure of wheat. Now when it says a measure of wheat, that's a very small portion of wheat flour. Okay, and even in this society, wheat is very cheap. Okay, wheat is very cheap. Like you can go to the store now and get a pound of wheat for, five, or really depend on where you go, but 4 or 5 or maybe even $6. You can get a pound of wheat flour. You know what I'm saying? Which you can do a lot with a pound of wheat, right? But it says a measure of wheat, so a measure of wheat is a small portion. Now let's look at this for a penny. Okay, now when you go into the word penny, hold on, let's look at that real quick. Let's go into that word penny. So the word for penny here in the Greek is denarion. Okay, let's hear Esau say it.
Strong's G 1220. Denarion. Denarion.
Denarion. Okay, and when you go into that word denarion, okay, it basically goes into a day's wages. Okay, a denarion would be a day's wages for a Roman soldier. Okay, so here in this verse, Salakia. So here in this verse, it's saying a little bit of wheat for a day's wages. Okay, so you're gonna be getting a small portion of wheat that can barely sustain you for one day for a day's wages, man. This is what's coming, which is what? Inflation, hyperinflation, and 3 measures of barley for a penny for a day's wages. And this is also a small measure of barley. Okay, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine. Okay, which oil and wine, even in ancient times, were very highly sought after and valuable commodities. Okay, because you can use oil for cooking, you can use it for skincare, you can use it for hair, different things. Okay, and of course wine. Wine is people love to drink wine. People love to get drunk, to feel nice, have a nice drink. You know, it accompanies your food well. So these were always, even now, oil and wine are still very valuable commodities now that people take for granted. But even the price of oil now is at the highest that it's ever been. Okay, and hey, it's gonna get even higher. Okay, so all what Walmart is telling you is, listen, inflation is going to be very, very bad. Okay, more stress, more headache, more sorrow is coming. Okay, going back to the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter, our Lord said that when you begin to see all these things, okay, when you begin to see the inflation, when you begin to see the wars and rumors of wars, the earthquakes, the natural disasters in diverse places, these are the beginning of sorrows. So this is the beginning of these things. And are people not sorrowful right now? Are people not mourning right now because these things are going on? So this lets you know what time we in. This lets you know how close we are to the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. Alright, we ain't got that much longer to be in this place. Alright, now let's go ahead and get this real quick. Majority of Americans say they are getting worse financially, according to a poll. See that? So, hey, like we keep telling you, America is not going to bounce back. America is not going to recover from this beatdown that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is bringing upon this place. It's not going to happen. See, because this is the time that this wicked kingdom must be brought down. Alright, hey, the Lord is going to bring this place down in a very dramatic fashion. Okay, America is not gonna just go away quietly and just fade into the shadows. Nah, man. Hey, the Lord is gonna make this the best ending to a movie that you ever seen before. This gonna sell out. You know what I'm saying? Like this movie right here is a blockbuster. All right, best believe that. So now going into it says a majority of U.S. voters say that their financial situation is worsening amid rising inflation and mounting fears of a looming economic recession. Which once again, it's not going to be a recession. It's going to be worse than a recession. This is going to be a straight up economic collapse. Okay, that's what it's going to be. All right. So it says 56% of those surveys said that financially things are getting worse. So that's 56% of people. That's more than half of people that were surveyed. So that lets you know how many people are feeling the pinch. So your average American is not doing too well right now financially. Okay? And hey, we gotta take into account that hey, even maybe hey, some of us might be in these same very situations. Where hey, it's gonna come to a point where we're gonna be struggling financially, man, because hey, we have faith and we have the hope that the Lord is gonna look out. But hey, also you gotta keep in mind that, the Lord may put some of us through some of these trials and tribulations, man, you know, to try us, to see if we really believe and trust in him. It's not for our destruction, but it's to put us through that fire, you know. But yeah, even some brothers and sisters may find yourself in a a rock and a hard place, come very soon. But that's why it's important to build your faith in the Lord, because hey, you'll be better off than these people that's out here in the world, because they don't have no hope. When these things happen to them, it's like literally the end of their world. It's like, damn, like what the hell do I do? Where do I turn to? What do I hope in? They don't have nothing. But we have Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So, hey, call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So it says the highest percentage on record for the poll. That's up sharply from last month, where 48% reported that their financial situations were worsening, were weakening. Salakia. So you see that it's worsening by the month. Okay, so if it's 56% this month, right? If it's 56% this month, like that almost jumped 10%. It jumped 8% within 1 month. So next month, it's going to be even greater. Imagine what's going to happen by the end of this year. Hey, man, get yourself right with Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We telling you. All right. Meanwhile, the percentage of voters who say their financial situation is improving is near its all-time low in the poll, with just 20% of responders saying so. So, like I said, only the top 1%. Only if you're very wealthy. If you're making above $100,000 a year combined as a household, then you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good if you're making above $100,000 a year combined with your household. You definitely making pretty good money compared to most people. You know, because most people is barely making half of that. Most people combined is barely making 50,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? So it just says just 20% of responders say that their financial situation improved. So that's a very small percentage compared to more than half of people that took the poll said that no, my financial situation is actually worsening. All right. So it shows you the state of affairs and the morale of the people in America. The majority of people are not, experiencing that American dream. A lot of people are not happy. Okay. And when people are not happy, when life is too hard, people get to bugging out. The crime rate goes up, murder goes up, theft goes up, kidnapping and rape goes up. That's the result of a society in a downward spiral. And this is exactly what we're seeing here in this land of America, Babylon the Great. So it says, The pessimistic view of Americans' personal finances comes as the country continues to face the highest rate of inflation in decades. Consumer prices climbed 8.3% in April compared with a year earlier, marking the fastest increase in roughly 40 years. As I said in the other article, this is the highest rise in inflation that's been witnessed in 40 years. Okay? So, hey, does it look like America is getting better or is getting worse? Should you hope in America or should you flee America? Hey, now I'm not saying that buy a plane ticket and flee because listen, this is going to be worldwide. It's not just going to be in America. It's already happening in Europe. It's already happening in Africa. It's happening in Asia. It's happening all around the world, man. So it's not going to be nowhere that you can go to escape the judgment of the Lord. It's not going to be nowhere that you can go. Understand? If really in this time, if the Lord got judgment slated for you, you gonna get it. Okay. Now let's go ahead and get this. Let's go ahead and get Ezekiel 4, Ezekiel the fourth chapter. We're gonna jump down to about the 16th verse. Okay. And it says, Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. You see that? So, hey, majority of these Americans can't even afford food. They can't afford housing. They can't afford medical care. Okay? So now we coming into the time where, hey, people going to actually consider what they spending their money on. People just not going to be frivolously going out to the club every weekend and spending money here, spending money there, because now you in a situation where you have to stretch what little money that you do have farther to make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? This is the time that we in. The mirth of the land is gone. Okay? The mirth of the land is gone. Now we in a time where, hey, people about to be doing any and everything that they can do to make ends meet, because having a regular 9 to 5 is not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. So now people going to have to resort to a life of crime. People going to be stealing. People going to be, murdering, killing, robbing their neighbor. Okay, going into the book of Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. It says that they shall spoil their houses with the sword for great tribulation and lack of bread. This is the time that we in, and we bring these scriptures out all the time to show you that, listen, the words of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai are indeed holy and true, that these things will come to pass, and it's not a matter of if but when. Okay, and we seeing these things happen right now, but when is this, can we tell you when the Most High is going to fully break out all the plagues? No, we can't tell you that, but all we can tell you is that, listen, this is happening here. This is happening here. Pay attention. Watch. Get yourself right. Because time is short. You know? No man knows the day or the hour but the Father. But he gave us signs to look for in the earth to give us a time marker to know how close we are to the end. And judging all these things that we see and all the things that the prophets report on, and the news that we give you, thus saith the Lord, we can tell you for certain that we don't have that much longer here to be in this land. So knowing that, what manner of person should you be? Hey, well, you should be serving the Lord to the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be giving more diligence now than you ever gave. It's crunch time now. You know what I'm saying? It's crunch time now. Now ain't no time to be slacking off. It's time to tighten them shoelaces real tight. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be ready for war. Gotta be ready for war, man. Alright, and they shall drink water by measure. Okay? So, hey, it might come down to a point where you might have one jug of water left. You're gonna have to split that up between 5 people. Like, hey, You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to drink this much. You gonna have to drink this much. The kids gonna have to get their share, but we now we gotta make this water stretch. Okay, we gotta make this food stretch. Cause right now, yo, people treat water and food like it's nothing. People throw food away, and you'll have an old bottle of water inside your car, and because it been there for so long. You know what I'm saying? You'll just throw it in the trash. Not even regarding that, yo, like this is water. But very soon, people not gonna think like that. People mind is gonna change. They're gonna look at the things they take for granted now as very valuable in the time to come, because it's not gonna be in abundance like there used to be. Because there's an abundance now, people just take things for granted. Because you can go to the store, you can go to McDonald's and buy something off the dollar menu. It's not always gonna be like this. It's not always gonna be happy go lucky and life is good and you can just party every weekend and you can spend all this money on alcohol and weed and all. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's yeah, the Most High about to cut all that out. All that mirth, all that joy, the Most High about to stop that. All right, that they may want bread and water and be astonished and be astonied one with another and consume away for their iniquity. Hey, so the Most High said, "You gonna consume away for your iniquity." All right, so hey, the Most High gonna make your ass starve. All right, the Most High gonna make what I'm saying. The Most High gonna make your belly eat itself, man. You gonna consume away for what? For their iniquity. Okay, for their sin upon sin, for the transgression of the Most High's commandments, for the transgression against His chosen people. People gonna consume away, man. All right, you gonna want for bread and water, but you're not gonna be able to get it. The Most High, hey, whew, hey, listen, hey, the Most High got some terrible judgment coming for these wicked ass people, man. All right, and it's well deserved. All right, because hey, here it is. You got the men of the Lord out here. You got the men that the Most High gave the understanding to. We out here to tell you, to prophesy, hey, that we the Israelites, that our people need to return unto the Lord. You need to get yourself right. You need to stop breaking the commandments. You need to stop eating swine. Okay, you need to stop defiling the Sabbath. Okay, men grow a beard on your face. Women stop being rebellious. Stop being in order. These things are not hard to do, but our people buck up against that. Okay, but hey, Ezekiel 4:16-17. This is coming for the wicked of our people, man. Hey, the Lord is about to afflict the wicked of our people heavily in the time to come, lest they repent. All right. So now, gas prices. Okay, we already know. We see it every week, man. Gas prices is creeping up every week. So it says gas prices are up 35% since Biden touted major effort to reduce gas prices. So clearly this man is a liar. Okay? He said, oh man, yo, this is how you know that Esau is the devil. Esau's the devil, man. This man told you that, yo, I'm gonna put in a major effort. Major now, major. Last time I checked, major is not something small. When you say something is major, that means something is serious. Like that means that something is large. You basically doing all that you can do to combat these gas prices. But what did he do? This man cut off the Alaska Continental U.S. pipeline of gas. Okay. Now they stopped taking oil from Russia, which is the world's leading producer of oil. So what is he doing? Clearly, he wants the price of gas to increase. Okay, this man literally just cut off the gas supply from Alaska not too long ago, and he did it quietly too. That shit was quiet, like that wasn't front page news. But we went into it, you know what I'm saying? Brothers did videos on it to show you that this is the devil. Because here it is, you know what I'm saying? This man is telling you that he's going to put in a major effort to combat these gas prices, but yet it's going up 35% since he said that. And this, and you know what the worst part about it is? He just said that last month. He just declared that he was going to put in a major effort to reduce the gas price last month, and it's already up 35% within 1 month. You see that? So this the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. All right, the synagogue of Satan. But let's go ahead and get some of this article. Let's see. Play a little bit of this.
And when it comes to the gas prices, we're going through an incredible transition that is taking place that, God willing, when it's over, we'll be stronger and the world will be stronger and less reliant on fossil fuels when this is over.
See how these people want to talk about God so much, but you have to keep in mind that when they say God, they ain't talking about the God of the Bible. They ain't talking about the God of Israel. They talking about their God, which is Satan. All right, that's who they serve. That's who this man serves. All right, and best believe that this man hates you Israelites, boy. Hey, Jim Crow Joe hate him some Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. Yo, believe that. And you can tell by his policies that he do. All right. But let's watch a little bit more of this.
Okay, Dan Brouillette is the former Energy Secretary, and he joins me now. Sir, Biden calls this an incredible transition. But I don't think renewables are ready for the transition yet, are they?
Well, thanks, sir. It's great to be with you. Let me give you a quick history of energy transitions. If you look back at the history of mankind, what you'll see is a transition not from one fuel source to another, although you do see that somewhat in the portfolios.
So the price of crude oil has dropped in the Nasdaq 109.48 points in 1 day. Insane. But let's check. Let's read a little bit of this. It says the national average gas price is up 35% since President Biden touted his major effort to bring down the cost of fuel. On November 4, 2021, Biden announced his administrator's launch of a major effort to reduce the price of gas at your corner gas station as prices across America were ticking up. Now, this is what he said. We're launching a major effort to moderate the price of oil, the president said in a speech, an effort that will span the globe in its reach and ultimately reach your corner gas station, God willing. Now, meanwhile, while he said this, your average gas price is up 35% within 1 month. And they're already telling you that this summer gas price is about to go up even higher. Even higher, but he's so-called putting in work, right? Biden's supposed to be putting in a major effort to combat these gas prices, right? Meanwhile, everything around you is going up. All right. And I seen something yesterday that said that Biden's approval rating, I think, is at what, like 40 something percent now, or if it's not 40, it's 30 something percent. So hey, this place is completely through. All right. And for all you jakes out there that hated Trump and thought that this man was the answer, hey, well, this is what you get. Okay. We told you, jakes, all right, not to vote for the oppressor, okay, to choose none of his ways, as the scriptures say. But yet, you jakes got to learn the hard way, man. All right? You got Jim Crow Joe, Sleepy Joe, all up in the White House, making your life a living hell. And you voted for this man. You actually believed in this man. All right? You went against the prophets of the Lord. You said that we was bugged out, that we was crazy, that we was living in a fantasy world. All right, that we was taking the Bible out of context. But look at what you got now. Okay? You got an old ass Edomite up in the White House that can barely remember his own name running the country. Meanwhile, making your life a living hell. And you voted for this man. Well, you Jakes out there voted for your king, so now you got it. Alright? And hey, to hell with 2/3 of our people, man. Because you know what I'm saying? It really comes to a point where we've really done all that we can do with Jake. Alright? 2/3 of our people just gonna have to be destroyed on this side because you just won't get it. You refuse to get it, man. You know? That's why at this point we only out here for the elect. Alright? We only out here for the elect of Yahweh Basham Yahushai. To hell with you 2/3 Israelites, man. Straight up. Now, this article here, Canadian National Security Task Force is preparing for the collapse of the United States. Alright, now this title here says it all, man. Alright? The collapse of the United States. But we crazy, right? The men of the Lord are crazy for heralding in the collapse of Babylon the Great. But here it is. The Canadian National Security Task Force and many other nations across the world are anticipating the same thing. But we crazy, right? We bugged out for believing that America is going to be destroyed in thermonuclear fire, right? Hey, 2/3 Jace, man, I'm telling you, got it coming. Now it says, while the U.S. appears to hold true to the ideals of democracy, Freedom House, an international group that promotes global democracy, has warned that the country is backsliding. Yeah, no shit. Going on, it says its democratic institutions have suffered erosion as reflected in partisan pressure on the electoral process, bias, and dysfunction in the criminal justice system, harmful policies on immigration and asylum seekers, and growth disparities in wealth, economic opportunity, and political influence, the site said. Alright? Which, hey, we we already tell you these things. Citing things like Fox News' Tucker Carlson, Donald Trump's attempt to overthrow the government, and the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol, they have a growing list of anti-democratic warnings. Their data gathering comes from top secret information and a brief cabinet on emerging threats. It warns that Canada has been complacent and warned it's time to tackle things like Russia and Chinese espionage. Okay, which, yo, we keep telling you it's no bouncing back for America. This place is completely through, man. And everyone knows it. The prophet's been telling you what's going on, man. Alright, so now we gonna go ahead and get let's get Jeremiah 51. Okay, Babylon is falling, man. Alright. This place is through. And we keep telling you, Jakes, like, yo, listen. Stop trusting in this place. Stop trying to build a life in this place. Whatever you got, maintain it for the meantime. But stop trying to act like you got years and years and years of, in this land, man. The Most High about to destroy this place. All right. Jeremiah 51. Well, let's start at verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Okay, going into what? The philosophies of Babylon have now polluted the whole entire earth. Okay? What is the number one thing that Babylon, the Great America, is known for, that it exports? Culture. Okay? American culture has seeded, has permeated all the nations upon the planet Earth, man. Okay? This is why you have the LGBT agenda in these countries. Okay? This is why you have so much degenerate behavior in the earth, period, because America promotes these things, man. Babylon the Great. That's why it says the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So now the nations are just like the great whore. Okay? They've become like the great whore because they have drunken of the wine. They have received the philosophy, they have received the lifestyle of the West. So now they've been polluted, right? Jeremiah 51 verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. Okay? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Okay, so hey, this is what's about to happen, man. Okay, this place is through. This place is done, and all these nations are starting to see that. And when this famine come, and when that dollar has no value, all these nations that's over here, they listen. They gonna take what they got, and they gonna flee back to their own nations. Why? Because it's not gonna be beneficial for them to be in Babylon no more. You see? But at least these other nations, they have somewhere to go back to. The Israelites, where do we have to go back to? Nowhere. We don't even know where the hell we came from. And we haven't, according to prophecy, we wouldn't see the land of Israel no more again. But that's why Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to have to come back with the host of heaven to deliver us out of this land and take us back to our land. Because we don't have nowhere to flee to. Understand? So yo, this place is through, man. The collapse of the United States. This place is falling, and it's falling fast. Okay. This here again, 40,000 pounds of beef trimmings allegedly stolen from Omaha's JBS beef plant. Okay. Which we know who's really behind this, because who the hell can just steal 50,000 pounds worth of beef trimmings? Who could do that other than a very, very wealthy and connected person? Okay. Which we've been telling you that this food supply is under attack. Okay, you had just the other day when airplanes was crashing into food plants where there was all these fires, all these food plants just suddenly catching on fire, burning down, just out of nowhere. Right now, you're not even hearing nothing about it no more, but it's still going on. All right, yeah, and then you got stuff like this going on. Meat just coming up missing, 40,000 pounds of meat just coming up missing from these certain food plants. So what's really going on? We already know what's going on. Okay, your man Bill Snakes. Okay, Elon Musk and many others who like them are in the mix. Okay, just put it like that. That they in the mix. But hey, man, this famine is about to be sore and grievous upon this land. All right, and these Americans, they don't know how to handle not having food, because they always got something in their damn mouth every 5 seconds. Okay, so hey, man, to hell with these damn Babylonians, man. To hell with these damn Babylonians, because the judgment that they got coming is well deserved, because they've lived comfortably for too long. And when you live comfortably and you wicked as hell, you don't regard the Lord. You don't think about the things of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. You just think that you got it made, that everything that you got it of your own strength. But the Lord about to remind you that He's the one that gives bread. He's the one that gives sustenance. And when He want to take it away, that's His pleasure. Okay? And He gonna make your ass suffer. Alright, so here it is. Taco Bell is running out of Mexican pizza. Alright? And these beloved fast food spots that these Babylonians love so much, very soon the food is going to be going there too. You're not going to be able to go to Taco Bell and get a damn, 5-layer burrito. Get a damn, cheesy gordita crunch. Brothers, brothers used to eat that back in the world, man. But now that we've come into the truth, You got to eat healthier. You got to eat better. You know. But these toxic ass Babylonians, man, they love food like this. Taco Bell, McDonald's, Burger King, Popeyes, Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the food is about to dry up. Since Taco Bell's Mexican pizza is becoming increasingly hard to find, just less than 2 weeks after it returned to menus. Demand for the beloved item was 7 times higher than when it was than Salakia. Demand for the beloved item was 7 times higher than when it last appeared on menus 2 years ago, which has prompted many of its locations to sell out. For example, the company said one fan bought 180 Mexican pizzas in a single order. Look at that, man. One person bought 180 Mexican pizzas. Do you see how these Babylonians are? Do you see how greedy and just gluttonous that these Babylonians are, man? See, this is why Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is bringing judgment to these damn Babylonians. Cause you doing shit like this. You really bought 180 Mexican pieces in a single order, having no consideration for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you just gotta have it. Guaranteed, whoever did that had to be over 300 pounds. It could barely move, but you eating 180 Mexican pieces, right? Hey, man, listen. You damn fat Albert looking Jake's out there. Hey, man, you fat Albert looking Jake's out there, man. You heathen, period. That's overweight and stinking and, you know, literally full of shit. Excuse my French. But y'all know what I'm talking about. You got that lower pouch on your stomach, make it look like you got two stomachs. Your belt can barely hold your stomach in. Hey, man, y'all about to catch pure hell when all this food is gone. Alright? Y'all about to catch pure hell when all this food is gone, man. But let's go ahead and grab the scripture in Ezekiel chapter 5. But you know, that right there just shows you the complete and abhorrent gluttony that these Babylonians have. And that's why the Most High is going to take away what you love most, man. Food. Okay? Because these people, they live to eat. Okay? They don't eat to live, man. These people live to eat. They don't eat to live. So this is Ezekiel 5 verse 16. When I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction. See that? In which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and will break your staff of bread. So will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord, have spoken it. Okay? So the Lord is sending famine. He's sending evil beasts to bereave you of your children. Okay? All these judgments, all these calamities are coming upon the earth to destroy these wicked ass Babylonians, man, to bring Babylon the Great down. Okay? Because these people here have waxed proud in their ability to just eat at will. Alright? You don't even gotta prepare your own food no more. You can just go out to Taco Bell and buy 180 Mexican pieces in one single order. So these people can just spend that much money on food like it's nothing. Hey, man, these people, these wicked ass gluttonous Babylonians, man, they deserve everything that's coming to them straight up. And when these fat ass Babylonians, man, when they out here crying that they hungry, Lord willing, you know, the prophet's gonna be laughing, man. Yahweh Shai is gonna be laughing at you, okay? Because the thing that you love most, the thing that satisfies you the most, that's gonna let you down. Because one day you're gonna go to Taco Bell and you're gonna ask for a Mexican pizza. You're gonna ask for a 5-layer burrito. And it's not gonna be there. And what's gonna happen then? You gonna bug out. You gonna bug out because you can't have food. And these people damn sure not about to cook. These Babylonians can't cook worth a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it's all downhill. The Most High knows exactly what He's doing to these wicked Babylonians, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. Hopefully this lesson was edifying through the Ruach HaKodesh. Call hello Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Ruach HaKodesh. Till next time, Shalom to the elect. Come Yashala, DTA, and a Bible Ball. Shalom.